So I had to get a new replay in. Oh, I guess we're not done.
But yeah, here it is. This is, yeah, the consistency map. In case you guys are wondering. You know, not very hard in terms of patterning, but you know, it is pretty long. It is pretty long. And you know, it is.
Yeah, I don't know, it's still a pretty solid song though. I like it.
Definitely cannot afford to, you know, break on this map, but you know, shouldn't be that big of a problem. Might come down to accuracy, you know, but
This is definitely where we'll most likely see the most tight battle for the #1 spot.
yeah, if you guys played the APTS tryouts, the APTS qualifiers, yeah, that was definitely a ass battle. We were playing that no mod 1. This might be the same, you know, this might be the same.
Time will go.
Yep. But yeah, pretty standard. A lot of triplets, a lot of 7-flits, 5-flits, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pretty good stuff. And just now, we've just hit the 1/3 mark, so yeah, if you are still full comboing here, congratulations. We still got 2/3 of the map left to go. A lot of minor SP changes as well, you know, trip some people off. Pretty good.
Yes, indeed. Got the slightly slower section here going on. Really
Yeah,
make sure you get that internal clock going.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
Especially for that 1/3 pattern.
Yeah, that 1/3 mono. Cannot. Yeah, really missed on any of these maps actually. Try your best not to miss. That is my number one rule when playing in tournaments. But yeah, some specifics of this map. This map is 3 minutes and 3 seconds long. It is, yeah, 200 BPM, not that fast, not that slow. So yeah, OD 6.5, HP 6. I think the HP wouldn't really matter much because it would have no kill on. But the OD, you know, a little high, little on the average side. Yeah, just to avoid some note locking. But yeah.
All around, just testing your ability to recognize patterns.
But if you are pretty uncomfortable with minor SP, this might pose a little bit of a challenge, personally. And also the finishers. If you're not really used to hitting finishers, now's the time to maybe hit them, because it's gonna matter a lot. Yeah. Especially the ending.
Yeah. It all depends. A little bit of practice. Who knows? You could surprise yourself.
Yeah, true. Apparently I am too quiet, or we are too quiet.
Yeah.
How do I?
I'm not sure.
I mean, my input volume is at like 100%, so I don't know. I'll like talk in front of the screen. Here's Nomatu. There's a cow in the background.
I guess I'll bring my mic forward.
Yeah. Welcome.
There we go.
Yeah, welcome to Nomatu. This is as yeah, Ralph has said, it is, yeah, 1/5 base. You don't see that very often. It is 1/5 base. And yeah, more on the techier side, of course, as with, you know, more Nomatus, or, you know, anything that's not Nomad 1. It's usually stuff like this. But yeah, let's start. Does start off pretty slow though. But man, yeah, he was right. There is some 1/5. If you can't really see it, that's fine. You know, most people will never really play 1/5 ever in their lives. But yeah, little pecky. You have a lot of doublets, a lot of even patterns. Even patterns usually, if you're full ulting, that is, you know, pretty comfortable sometimes. But if you're very used to, you know, semi-ulting, you know, single tapping, if you're a DDKK player, might trip up your act a bit. I do have some experience with quad patterns. It's a little weird. Not to mention there are some swing. There is some swing in this map. Some low notes going into 1/3 doublets. If you do full all out, that is kind of hard. Kind of evening things out, you know. Kind of a tech map for all kinds of playstyles. And I think that's pretty good. So as for AC, I think it's gonna be pretty hard. It is gonna be pretty hard. And yeah, that is a
Getting a little bit
pretty
denser
big
here
first
right at
game.
the end.
Well, yeah, that is Nomad 2 though. And man, that is a very good score actually.
Yeah, actually
I
though.
mean, picking up at 991,000.
That easy. The method.
Oh my god. Oh my god, someone came into my room.
Oh no.
No. No. How could this happen?
Alright, moving on. We're looking at our Nomad 3.
Yep, here is number 3. It is. Supposed to be SV. This is the gimmickier map,
Yeah.
if you can call it that.
It's supposed to test your reading ability.
And yeah, let's get started here. This is, yeah, kind of interesting to see how this will unfold.
Starting right off with a ninja finisher.
And yeah, you probably do have to practice this. I think Nomad 1, Nomad 2, if you are, you know, expertise in that, you know, skill set, maybe not. This, you might have to actually practice, so. Oh man.
Oh man. It's all around just trying to be uncomfy. Patterns aren't too crazy, fortunately.
Well, it is still a little uncomfy, you know.
I mean, we
Still
do have some of these.
Techie
Yeah.
one patterns, you know. But yeah, here are those sliders to help with your score a bit. If you do manage to SS this, I think you could get above the million, but we'll see about that. You know, this is a fairly hard map to act. You still have 1/6s in there, you have huge SP changes. But of course, not really anything a 4-digit cannot do. So yeah. I know, man. Yeah, this SB is, yeah, a little wonky, as you said, yeah. And a lot of snappings along with that as well. You can even call this pseudo tech. I mean,
Yeah,
this is kind of
I would
pseudo tech. A couple of finger control here and there. You know, with the 1/3 and stuff. It's okay.
Saw a little 1/6 to 1/4 earlier. Oh boy.
Okay, that's a little brutal.
Yeah,
I can see a lot of people missing on that.
that's definitely one you'll have to pound into your brain to remember. Otherwise, it might take you off guard.
Yeah. But something to note about that is that it is kind of 1-1 or 2-1 with those finishers. So
Mm-hmm.
you could put it into your mind pretty well. But yeah, that's it for the no mods. We're gonna go into the mods now, starting off with hidden. It is starting off with hidden 1 actually, to be exact. It is going to be Monkey Business by Leaf. This is satire mix. I don't know what that means. Some specifics. This is 200 BPM, and yeah, a little under 2 minutes. So it should not be too bad.
This is absolutely a satire map. Yes.
And yeah, some claw patterns in there as well. Kind of need a mental metronome for that. Internal metronome. Yeah, a lot of standard stuff aside from, a couple of mid patterns here and there. But this map is fairly slow. I mean, compared to, other hidden ones, you do have hidden ones that are usually much faster. But this does have the perk of having a lot of weird bursts here and there. And you can see some doublets.
Yeah. You will notice there are quite a few patterns that are starting off the bar line, so you'll definitely have to keep that internal metronome going.
Yeah, this is really fast actually, this last section.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple of monos at the end. And it's also pretty fast. But yeah, this ending section, like the very, very end, last 1/8, looking not too bad. Kind of a repeat of what you saw throughout the entire map. So yeah, pretty consistency-based map. A lot of 1-4. And there was actually some slow SV in there too. If you couldn't really see it, there was some minor SV that did bump down that note speed a little bit. A little tricky. And yeah, here is hidden 2. This is I'm pretty sure this is pulled in SGTS, so yeah, this is gonna be the slow hidden. I presume. So yeah, let's get into it. But yeah, as Ralph is saying, it is not exactly slow hidden. It is very dense though, and I do have to agree on that. I have played this for I did hit Hard Rocket though, so it was a free mod. This map was a free mod in SJTS, now as Hidden 2. And mechanically it's not that bad. It's mostly 1/4, but the SV does get a little rough at times. So that is something to keep note about. But yeah, this is pretty standard stuff. So far. You do have to see later on, it does get a little harder. But yeah, this is very dense actually. This is very, very dense. And yeah, some people are saying if the first 3 notes exist, there would be a free SS, but just hit it. Just hit it.
Gotta love the little slowdown before the build-up.
And yeah, I can definitely say though, if you are not a seasoned hidden player, this is not something you can really just... If you don't really regularly play hidden and you're still the hidden player for your team, you do have to practice this. It is not that slow, but it is slow enough that, you know, you can't just pick up hidden and just play this. It is very dense on top of that, so... But not impossible. This is definitely very possible, in fact. Yeah, very, very dense. Something that, you know, slow hidden players can still, you know, capitalize on over other hidden players. So that is it. Hidden, we are going to go to Hard Rock. And here is 8th Planet Research. This is a staff favorite. We all love this map.
Goes crazy.
This is a very good map. I will tell you that. This is a very good map. This might be one of the best Hard Rock ones you'll ever see, man. True, true. But let's get started. Let's get started. 8th Planet Research. Yeah, this is Hard Rock 1. This is going to be the more consistency based. You will, yeah, it will be more accuracy based compared to the other one, which is pure SV and speed. So yeah. Jesus, people keep coming into my room. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Man.
I am fine.
I remember when I was
Yeah, you can-
playtesting this was really tricky to hack.
Yeah, but you can see SV is ramping up a bit, but it's not really exactly the same SV as what you see in Hard Rock 2, which is, you know, high SV, you know, coupled with your high BPM. You know, it's not the BPM you really see in like speed maps in your pools, but still pretty fast, especially with that high SV. This, however, is more of a swing SV, more of a variable SV type. That's what you usually see in these kinds of hard rocks. Trying to throw you off with, you know, different snappings, a lot of dense patterns, and some variable SV, as I said before. And you can see it here. Yeah, this is a little hard to distinguish, and your OD does get bumped up to around 8.4 to 9. Let me check once again. Yeah, it does go up to 9. It does go up to OD 9. So yeah, very hard map to hack, especially if you are not used to Hard Rock and SV in general. But I do have to say though, this map has a huge abundance of 1/4, so it should be okay. But yeah, we are moving on to Hard Rock 2, and this is, yeah, classic Sola SS, as he usually does. This guy is ranked 4000, just to keep note. But yeah, for you Hard Rock 2 players out there, this map is 195 BPM, so on the slower side in terms of BPM. In terms of the SV, should be a little higher than usual. So couple with that. And you can see here, this SV is around like 1.1, 1.2, so possibly even 1.3. This is very fast. I think it's 1.2, but yeah, looking pretty okay. I think in terms of the act, this is definitely the easier one, but as always, SV is very, very high when you usually look at Hard Rock 2, so might not get used to it, might drop a couple of hundreds, but you know, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, this is definitely more demanding on the accuracy. If you do drop a lot of 100s, this will, yeah, suffer a lot. Make your score suffer a lot compared to others. Unless, you know, of course, everyone, you know, suffers that on this. Which, you know, is very possible. This SV is very high. Okay, we are getting into some longer patterns, some non-clips, and you know, it is still 195 BPM. So mechanically, not that bad. SV wise, will be a little bad, especially with that finisher at the start of the Ki. So
I went ahead and took a look, and it looks like it maxes out at about 1.1 SV.
oh yeah, 1.1. That is still, yeah, that's still pretty fast. I mean, it's
For sure. It's still above the elusive 200 BPM HR threshold.
yeah, so nice introduction to this map set archetype. Yeah, pretty nice stuff. Pretty nice stuff. Pretty good, if I say so myself. And yeah, that's the SS
clean.
for your replay.
Alright, moving on, we're looking at our first DT. We're looking at DT1.
Yeah, there's gonna be 2 double times in this pool. I think if you play other tournaments, you usually only get 1, but here's 2. You get the slow one and you get the fast one. I mean, we don't have any speed maps yet, so of course we do have to include that, but not this one. It's the next one. This one is the consistency. A little on the longer side. This is, yeah, 2.5 minutes, so yeah, although, yeah, you can't really tell the OD right off the bat when you use double time and then check it, because this game is weird. But if you do convert it, this is around 8.1 OD. And yeah, you can tell right away, some 1/3, some lone 1/3 notes, so a little hard to act. I mean, there's a lot of doublets, and then, you know, a couple of occasional triplets and quad patterns here there. And I think I saw some quadruplets in there as well, so but it is still pretty slow. Do I see people assessing this? Not really. Commonly people do not assess these kinds of maps. So, yeah. Yeah, this map is really long actually. For a double time, this is very long. Well, not very long. Actually, this is pretty average size, but you know, much longer than your average map. I mean, I've seen some double times that like 3 minutes long. I think that was back in the APTS. There was a 3-minute long double time. That was pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before.
It's not just intro burst done.
And yeah, that is 3/4 of the map done. Keep track of your accuracy. I mean, definitely do not want to drop too many hundreds on this, or any map in general, but definitely this. You're very prone to act drops, especially with those doublets. Yeah, I mean, even at the highest level, I think you'll still see people like struggling on like maps like these.
A bit higher up in BPM, so yeah, those doublets are gonna be a little trickier.
But yeah,
And there we
this
go.
is it for double. Yeah, it was time for double time too. Oh shit.
Oh, did it get updated?
No, he sent the. I think he sent the map itself.
Oh,
Hang tight a bit as we get this sorted out a bit, or either that or Gas Dim is updating it. Okay, so this is Kaibutsu. I think some of you guys probably played this before. This is your typical Yosobi map. I am in echo chamber. I hope I don't sound too weird. Here we go. Here is the replay. Only took a while. And yeah, as I said before,
wow,
255 BPM, and not really any of these tricky patterns to really act. I think people usually make arguments as to why Hard Rock 1 and Double Time 1 exist, and the explanation is that Double Time kind of tests you on different snappings, whereas Hard Rock is more about different aspects of Hard Rock act. I mean, you have like Hard Rock streams, Hard Rock streams, you have, variable SV that you don't really usually see in the same way as, your no-mod, your SV no-mod. This doesn't have that much, like SV throughout these two double times. This one, of course, is the speed one. The other one is pure patterns. Pure 1-4 patterns, some 1-6s, but yeah. And yeah, Tassara is the best CSGO player in the world. Cup Valor. We love CSGO. We love CS2. Wow. But yeah, this map is pretty standard. If you are a CSP player, I think it's pretty good. This is a pretty good speed map. And yeah, as for the patterns, not too tricky. You have an abundance of, triplets, fiveplets, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole scope. And yeah, 255 BPM. If you've done anything faster, this should be a breeze. that's pretty much all I have to say as this map does come to a close. But this ending might actually trip up your accuracy. This has a 0.1 higher OD calculated. And those are lone 1/3 notes, so yeah, that is double time. We're gonna move on to free mod. And yeah, free mod 1, a little slow at the beginning, but I think you can still play this on hidden. And yeah, very, very hidden hard rockable. That is usually what it is in mod 1. Kind of the standard free mod map. As it's not really anti-mod, you can really put on anything, slap on anything you want. And as for free mod, you know, if you don't feel comfortable on mods in general, you know, across your entire team, you can go no mod on this for one person. But you know, you always do want the highest score you can possibly get. Okay, these are very elementary patterns as well. So, you know, if you've never played Hidden Rock before, maybe now's the time. You know, now is the time. This is a very Hidden Rockable map, although it is a little bit on the longer side, I think. And yeah, this is actually labeled as anti-mod. This is actually labeled as anti-mod, but I would say this is not too anti-mod actually. It is not too anti-mod. Maybe anti-mod if you have never played mods before, but I think it's a good introduction, you know. But it is slowly speeding up into this TI, and now it is, yeah, normal speed coming into the section. Yeah, looking pretty comfortable.
Looking pretty dense.
Yeah, pretty dense, but yeah, pretty readable. Pretty readable.
Pretty nice.
It is
middle
pretty
ground
readable.
there. Definitely doable for either hidden or hard rock, or both.
Yeah, you do have a lot of these TI sections that are very neutral across these both of these mods on the standard 1.0 SB. So that is pretty good. And that's the end of the map. So yeah, quick rundown. Yeah, this map was a little rock side at the beginning, hidden sided towards the middle, you know, evens out throughout the KIs. And that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Correct me if I'm wrong though. And that is the qualifiers.